Gaming is known to be an ever-changing cycle of what games are popular, what games aren't, what games are being played, what games are selling, all of that. A game will come out, get played for X amount of time, then drops for another game. However, there has been one game that has broken that trend, and it's a recent one. GTA 5 has shattered this trend and deserves to be crowned the king of modern gaming. GTA 5 came out in 2013 and was the well-awaited sequel of the Grand Theft Auto franchise that everybody was looking forward to. Grand Theft Auto has been a long-standing franchise in gaming and has had beloved games such as 4, San Andreas, which was also very controversial, and overall has been a very big gaming franchise in the scene. Grand Theft Auto fans loved Liberty City and had been patiently waiting 5 years for their next game to come out in the series, but I don't think anybody could have expected what happened when this game released. When Grand Theft Auto launched, everybody jumped to play their story. Story games had been what Rockstar has been known for. Other games in the Grand Theft Auto franchise have had beloved stories, and they've also produced games such as LA Noire. And these obviously aren't all of Rockstar's products, but those were the main big-time story games that they made. So since everybody was jumping to play the GTA 5 story and seemed to really enjoy it, most fans were happy with the game. However, I'm not really here to talk about the story mode. I'm here to talk about online. You see, GTA has had online in the past. However, it wasn't really as big as what it is today. I know GTA 4 had it, and I saw some gameplay of it on YouTube or whatever, but when GTA 5 came out, it was different. Something about GTA 5 Online sucked you in and made you want to sit down and play it for hours. It was almost exactly the same as story mode, but you could play in lobbies up to like 24 people, which by no surprise made fans of the series very, very happy. I mean, who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want an open world online map in GTA? And they got it. When online first came out, it kind of exploded. Once everybody finished the story mode, they jumped into online and they were like, holy shit, this is great. It was a lot of the same story aspects, but without the story. Everything besides the main storyline was in online, and you probably had a little bit more. Not right at the beginning though. At the beginning, online was kind of just an addition, a little extra stuff to do after you completed the story. It was for people that like invested in stocks and had billions of dollars and basically bought everything in the story. It was a world where you started new again at level 1 and had to pay for all your cars, your buildings, your businesses all over again. That was intriguing to a lot of players. I know it was for me. You see, there was something about jumping into an online lobby and playing GTA as normal that felt special. Spawning into your house in GTA 5 Online and hearing car crashes and bombs go off outside your window as you were loading into the game was fucking awesome. I mean, to be completely honest, it felt like its own game, and over time it definitely had enough content to be it. But anyways, right when GTA 5 Online came out, it kind of got a lot of players, and then a lot of them weaned off it because they thought it was just a little bit of an addition after you completed the story. However, there were a lot of people that stayed and continued to play online, even though there weren't a lot of ways to get money, not that many things to do, and the map kind of felt way more empty than what it does today. But Rockstar had plans for their online, a plan to make it a titan in gaming. And I don't necessarily know if they were planning on making it as big as it is today back when they first released it, but that's ultimately what happened. They saw players stick around and online and decided to add way more content to it. They started to add businesses, new ways to get money, new cars, new vehicles, new guns, new ways to fight other players, playlists, mini games, death matches, so much content. And what made it even better is that it was all free. Obviously free with an asterisk right next to it because everything was so expensive you had to either grind mindless hours to get all of it or you needed to buy shark cards. But regardless, this was free content they were adding in, and you can pick and choose whatever you wanted to do. If you wanted to do crates, buy a warehouse and run crate missions. If you wanted to steal cars and sell them, buy an import-export warehouse and do those missions. If you just wanted to run regular as default missions and death matches, you could do that too. You could race or play one of their million minigame playlists, and most of them were all fucking really fun too. It was a world of endless possibilities and things to do. I have friends who are level like 900 in GTA 5 Online and still don't have everything in the game, which just goes to show you how much shit there is for you to do there. And as they slowly added more and more content over time, more and more players came. And every time they added something and more players came, everyone thought this was going to be their peak, and then they kept on getting more and more players. The game grew to massive proportions, and it kept getting stronger year after year. They added heists, a casino, aircraft hangars, so much shit, and all of them came with new ways to make money and play the game more. There was never a moment in GTA Online where I felt, shit, I got nothing to do. There was always something for me to be doing, something to work towards. If I wanted a car, I could grind this business business and get money for it. And if I wanted a new business, I'd sell some stuff, go buy it, make some more money with it, and do whatever I wanted. And if I didn't feel like selling any money that day, I could hop into my supercar and drive it around the city. The world never felt lacking, and I was always enjoying myself on the game. I think I realized that GTA 5 Online was something special around 2016, when I started to realize how much genuine fun people playing that game were having. Whether it be content creators on YouTube, streamers on Twitch when roleplay got really big. It was a game that you could load into and do something different every day for weeks and never do the same thing over again. It's a perfect example of a game made right that can stand the test of time. If a game is made good enough at launch, all you need to do is add more content to it to keep it alive. Something that cannot be said by about 90% of games made, especially primarily story games. Not only was GTA 5 outlasting all of the story games that came out before it and after it, it was beating out 95% of online games that came out before it and after it as well. And GTA 5 didn't even come out as a multiplayer game. That's not really what people bought it for. And its impact was so big on gaming to the point where CD Projekt Red, when they came out with Cyberpunk 77, were planning on coming out with a GTA 5 style online. Because it seems like nowadays when you release a game like that, you almost need to have an online like that to keep it alive. Just look at how poorly Red Dead Online did. It was boring, there wasn't anything to do, it didn't feel like a good thing to do after you beat the story. The story was fine, but there was nothing to do after you beat it. It's an example of another game that GTA 5 outlasted. It just so happened to be made by the same company. They saw that not as many players had moved on from GTA 5 to Red Dead Online as they thought, so they figured they'd move slower on online updates over there and spend most of their time on GTA 5 where the majority of their players still were. It just really sucks because it really would have been cool to have an online style game like that in Red Dead 2. But you win some, you lose some, I guess. But more importantly, it shows that story games have an opportunity to last longer than their regular lifespan. Unless your game is an absolute masterpiece and a work of art like Skyrim, a game that is solely single player and based on story will not last that long, unless you do something like GTA 5 Online. And it's obvious that not every studio has the resources or the time to put into making an online game if they make story mode games. But it shows that this is the way to keep your game alive if you're a single player game. However, I really don't think that's feasible. I really do think that GTA 5 Online is an anomaly. It's a blip in gaming history that no one can really explain. It's such an outlier on what gaming really is. Typically, games fall into a few categories and they stay within those respective fan bases and those time slots of lifespans. It's very rare that games either jump to different fan bases or last this long. GTA 5 is still going strong after 7 years, and they keep releasing big updates. They've only just now started production on GTA 6, and quite honestly, if I'm Rockstar, I'm kinda nervous about GTA 6 flopping. Not necessarily in sales or money made, because they're gonna sell a shit ton of copies. But if they make an online, what if it fails just like Red Dead 2 did? If I'm the devs making that game right now, I'm kinda sweating. They've put themselves in a position where they're expected to come out with a game that has an online like GTA 5 did. And that is a very, very tall order to step up to. And what are they gonna do? If the majority of their players are still on GTA 5, are they just gonna cut updates for the game? Honestly, probably not. It's made them so much money and they've kept making updates until today, why stop? I would like them to personally though. I would like them to move on and put all their effort in GTA 6 and making that online better than GTA 5. Which I know will take time. GTA 5 Online didn't become massive until like 2015. GTA 5 is definitely going to be a tough act to follow, and I don't expect them to live up to the hype immediately. Projects like that take time and I'm not too worried about it. But ultimately, GTA 5 has shown the gaming world that a game like that can exist. A story mode game with a really fleshed out, developed online, completely separate than what the game launched with, that if taken proper care of and provided enough free content for, can live for 7 years among the tops of games in the entire world. And looking at every other gaming franchise in the world, there's really only been one that has had more longevity than GTA 5 Online. And that's obviously Pokemon, but fuck Nintendo. But I consider that different because the consoles were more accessible and things were different back then. Now I also don't consider that modern gaming. I consider GTA 5 very, very modern gaming. It happened within the last 10 years. So just looking objectively at sales, money, player counts, content, it is not very difficult or far-fetched for me to say that GTA 5 is the absolute king of modern gaming. Anyways guys, that's my time. Thank you for making it all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it and I love you. Please like and subscribe. It would help me out a ton, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.